What's up, everybody? Welcome back. This is Ultimate616. Thank you guys so much for stopping by and watching this video. I know it's been a few weeks since I've uploaded, but overtime sucks. And I haven't had a day off of work in like 2 weeks. But as promised, we are finally gonna go through this little bag of goodies here. And hope you guys sit back and enjoy. Let me guys know what you think, which ones you liked, which ones you didn't like, because I have a doozy in here. Let's get started. Alright, so to start things off, we went to this nice little comic shop here in Michigan at the corner of Noy and Ford for all you local Michiganders out there. But for all people out of state, yeah, it's a little nice place called A to Z Comics, Cards and Comics, and it's a really nice small hole-in-the-wall kind of comic shop. They got video game stuff. They have cards, mostly like Magic the Gathering and Pokemon stuff. They have tournaments there every day, but I'm into that mainly stuff like Yu-Gi-Oh! But yeah, then in the back little corner, they have this huge selection. They have like 20 or 30 boxes of just dollar comic books, and normally that's where I go hang out because, like I said before, I'm cheap. And they have a really wide selection of comic books there. Marvel, Valiant, DC, Image, you name it, and they have it back there. And hey, and so my wife and I went there about 2 weeks ago, and here she is. Say hi.
Hi.
And we just kind of went through there, and I remember seeing a lot of Valiant titles in there, and that's what I've been looking for lately. Of course, you guys know that. I've been talking about that for the last few videos. And so we went through there, and yeah, honestly, I spent $50. My mom gave me $50 for my birthday, and we spent all of it. So just to start off, we got a few Spider-Gwen and Gwenpools that my wife's really into those two characters a lot, and I have been looking for Secret Invasion tie-ins everywhere, anywhere that I can find them. And I've almost got the whole thing complete. I think there's like 80 comic books in that crossover event. The main 8 main issues and just a whole bunch of tie-ins after that. So I'm slowly checking them off the list. And that is the Secret Invasion New Warriors tie-in. There's only 2 issues of it, and it hardly doesn't have anything. Like, it really hardly has anything to do with fighting Skrulls. It's more like they're looking at a Night Thrasher's death. His brother is, and but there is some scroll fighting action in there. Thought it was alright. This one right here is really cool. Spawn number 50, drawn by Todd McFarlane. He's actually directing and writing the new Spawn movie that's coming out in like next year or the year after. So I mean, it's going to be interesting to see how a comic book artist does with directing a movie. The last time I've seen that happen was Frank Miller in The Spirit. That movie didn't really do so well, but I still kind of enjoy it. And Civil War II tie-in, Choosing Sides 3 and 4. There's only 6 issues in there, and I have most of that crossover already, but I'm just kind of slowly checking that off the list too, just because I have to. The Civil War II really wasn't that well done, but I anytime Iron Man's on the cover of anything, I pretty much buy it. And since I have the main issues, I figured I might as well get all the tie-ins as well. I think there's only like 35 comics in there. So whatever. It's only $1. So now on to the good stuff. So you've heard it many times in the recent videos. I'm sure you're getting sick and tired of hearing it, but X-O Manowar is definitely hands down my new obsession, along with most Valiant titles, and that's what we're going to be getting into. I mean, I seriously spent the majority of my money just digging through there, buying any kind of Valiant that I could, and we're just going to start off with this guy. X-O Manowar is, just the 5th century Visigoth trapped in an advanced sentient alien armor, some barbarian basically who has a powered suit stronger than an Iron Man suit. So I mean, obviously that is just gonna draw my attention, and he's actually a really interesting guy. I mean, that's a really interesting thing. I'm trying to collect all the 90s series before I get into the newer stuff, because I like knowing where everything started, where they came from, where they get now. And this right here is now the crowning jewel of my collection. I know I say that a lot, but this one is X-O Manowar number 0, all chromium cover. I mean, that is just really awesome. It shows how he got his armor and everything. And this one right here is really cool too. It's like a chromium holographic foil cover as well, Turok #1. My brother actually has a copy of this, but it's signed by the artist, so I'm a little bit jealous, but less jealous now that I have that. And other than that, I got 16, 17, 18, 19, 21, 22, and 33, so I'm just going to go ahead and fill in all the gaps from number 0 all the way up to 33, and however many issues are in this series. I think there's like 50, 54, something like that, so got a ways to go, but I got a really great start. And yeah, I mean, I can't believe how interactive these titles are with each other. I mean, they cross over a lot, and I'm really looking forward to seeing that, because from what I heard, Valiant really took off with their titles. They took off right out of the gates. They started strong with the writing and their characters. They based it all on older Gold Key characters, like Solar, Man of War, and Solar, Man of the Atom, sorry, and somebody else, I can't remember. Magnus, Robot Fighter. Some really old characters from like the 60s, and they based their entire universe around those characters, and now we got all this. So I'm glad they did that, because now I have a whole universe to get lost in, and it's really interesting. So if you ever get any titles in the Valiant universe, you should definitely read them, stick to it. Some of the art is rough to look at, I'm not gonna lie, but the writing is there. It's top notch. So even for monthly titles where it's hard to get out a good story every month, they actually found a way to do it. Now this one was clearly just an obsession buy. It had the word Valiant on it, and we ended up finding issues 2, 3, 4, all 2 through 9. That's the only reason that I ended up buying them. If I hadn't bought that many in a row, I never would have gotten them. But I don't really know much about these guys. The Hardcore, they're like a group of older guys who are talking to like a lady. She's kind of like Oracle from the Bat family. You know, she is always in contact with them through earpieces, and she actually powers them up. I don't know how they're powered up exactly, because I don't have #1, but yeah, it's really interesting, because I mean, just a bunch of older guys who are like invulnerable at some points, depending on the power up that she gives them, and she has to give them to them like at one at a time or something like that. So I mean, it's really interesting. If anybody in the comments section below lets me know more about these guys, I would really appreciate it. But right now, I just know from what I've read so far, and like I said, they do a lot of crossovers. I mean, look, we already got Bloodshot in here, and they do a lot of replacements already. So I mean, it's really cool. I really like learning like more about this universe. I really do. It's seriously like an obsession. I mean, like if you were to take it away, I would go into withdrawals, like, you know, like I'm on crack or something. I mean, I really want to dive in deeper. So please, again, let me know in the comment section below if you guys know any more about this. I know I could Google it, but that's less fun. I really like interacting with you guys, so please let me know. Alright, up next is a duo that has really surprised me. I mean, I've gone to A to Z a lot, and I've seen many of these titles, Archer and Armstrong, and just like I said earlier, the art's kind of hard to look at. So just based on the art, I always just skipped over these guys. I mean, for years, I never even was interested in these guys, because just the art was kind of like I said, it's rough. I mean, it is really rough, but I don't know. They're a really big surprise. I was really interested in it after I saw the Ninjak versus the Valiant Universe web series. That's how it got started. It started on all this stuff. It got me hooked. Now I'm giving them all my money, you know, just letting it rain. But yeah, these guys are a really good surprise. So apparently this guy is immortal, and the other one, the Baldy, he's like some kung fu master from like some Buddhist temple. And yeah, they're basically going on adventures. So the smaller bald guy was apparently sent to kill the big guy, and they ended up teaming up, and they've stuck that way ever since. And I really like it. So if you guys watch that web series, the way those two interact with each other, the smaller one's always calling him sir, being polite and all this stuff, and the bigger guy is always talking about all these random events in the past. He's always drinking and stuff. They got that down to a T. I mean, the comic books, basically, if you watch that, that's how these comic books go every single time. And I got a bunch. I mean, I didn't get #1 again, but that's fine with me. So I got 3 through 5 on the bottom, 7, 12, and 13 in the middle, 14, 18, 21, and I got 23 and 25 here. And the cool thing about this guy, Archer and Armstrong is actually an immortal. He's got two other brothers, and the other one, his brother, I'm going to be talking about next, is the Eternal Warrior. So yeah, it's really cool. Like I said, they interact a lot, different titles. Because I got Shadow Man up here. Shadow Man I had to pass over because I ran out of money, and also I only found like 1 or 2 issues of his, and they were just kind of like out in the middle of nowhere, like 15 and like 30 or something like that. I don't want to do that. That's a lot of gap to fill in. At least with this, I feel like I'm accomplishing something with a smaller number of gaps. So, anyways, these guys are a real nice surprise. If you watch that web series and you're interested in those two, definitely get these titles because they basically hop from page to the screen verbatim. I mean, exactly the way that they are. So definitely, if you're in for like a laugh or a fun time, just open up one of these books and you won't be disappointed. Now, this guy is very quickly moving up my list of favorites in this universe. It's the Eternal Warrior. Yeah, anytime he dies, he has to like literally fight his way back from hell to get back into the real world and heal up. I mean, this guy, like I said, he's immortal, but anytime he dies, that's what he has to do every single time. And yeah, the guy's been around since the ancient days, since before Exo Man of War, back in the 5th century, for a long time. And yeah, the things that he does, the way that he carries himself in these comic books, I mean, it's really awesome. You can really feel like he's been around for a long time, so the writers did an amazing job bringing him to life. You feel like somebody who can't die or does that repeatedly would just kind of get old after a while. But no, I said get old after a while because, he's immortal, whatever. But yeah, I mean, he's a really interesting guy. I mean, he's not afraid to bring the pain when he has to. I mean, old school pain. He's not afraid of killing somebody if he needs to. So he's not really like a superhero. He's more like an anti-hero, sort of. I guess you could put him along the lines of like Wolverine or Venom or something like that. Doing a bad thing to get a good thing done. So yeah, I mean, that's really awesome. Again, a lot of crossovers. Bloodshot shows up again. So I really enjoy how interconnected this thing is. But yeah, I got 11, 12, 13, 14, 17, and 18. Bloodshot, he does a lot of crossovers. Obviously, Eternal Warrior shows up. I mean, I really can't say the word crossover. How many times have I said the word crossover? But yeah, I mean, it's really interesting. He's a really interesting guy. I mean, the name is a little weird. I'm not gonna lie. It can turn some people off, but I don't know. It's just really cool. I mean, the guy gets hurt, he heals like almost instantly thanks to the nanites in his blood. He can't. I don't know. Can he die? Let me know, please. But yeah, it's really cool. The guy's like basically. I don't know what you would compare him to, like the Punisher / Wolverine. I don't know. I haven't really torn through these yet. I know he does a lot of crossovers. He's really popular in the Valiant universe. In the Ninjak versus the Valiant universe web series, he's okay, I guess you could say. He's really obsessed with his guns. It was kind of a little weird, a weird obsession with his guns, almost as weird as a 30-year-old guy obsessed with comic books. But yeah, I'm really interested in reading this one. I mean, look at that. Got like a clown and like a wannabe Punisher suit. So I really can't wait to read that. I've been spending most of my time in Archer and Armstrong and the Eternal Warrior and Exo Man of War. I burned right through those books like instant. And this guy, he's really popular, but for me, it's like he's got to grow on me a little bit more. But yeah. So from what I can tell in the crossovers with the other people, he's actually a pretty cool guy. He used to be like a hitman or something, and now he's like I don't want to call him a force for good, but he's a better person, you could say. Now, just really quickly to finish off what I got Deathmate right here. I am going to have a whole separate video dedicated to that. Just remember the name Deathmate. Google it. I'm going to have a whole video about it. Thank you guys so much for stopping by. That's going to be the end of what I got. So thank you so much for watching. I will see you all next time.